Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be going to cover some more activities to play with our Excel using modern design experience. So let me first show you what is our agenda for today is, and then we will go for the implementation. Our agenda for today is so we'll be going to cover an activity which will be help us to convert an Excel file into PDF. Then we will see how we can convert an Excel file into different Excel formats like XLSX, XLSB, XLSM or .xls. And then we will see how we can use the VBA code, and then we will see how we can protect or unprotect the Excel workbook, and then we will see how we can export the Excel file to CSV format. So this is our agenda for today. So let's get started without wasting any time. Alright, so we are in the UiPath studio now. Here you can see I've just done the basic setup, like I've used the Excel process scope and I've used the use Excel file activity. So let us see how we can use that activity that we have discussed in our agenda. First of all, let's see, we have to use this protect sheet. So let's use this activity, and from here we will select the sheet that we want to protect. So this is the activity that we want to protect, and here we have two options, like the secure string password and the simple password. So this secure string is recommended way, but let us just pass it as a string. So we'll say it as ABC. Okay, this is our password, and if I'll hover over it, you can see UiPath does not recommend entering password directly. Instead, securely store and retrieve the password using an activity designed for this purpose. Either if I will use this direct string, it won't throw any error. This is just a warning. And from here we can set the additional permissions, like what and all the permissions we want to give. These all the permissions if you want to give. If, let's say if I will select this permission, so my sheet will be protected, but this activity I can perform, like the sorting of the data I can perform in that. So let's save it and just run the code. Okay, the execution has been done. Now let's open the file. Let's go here in the data, and in this sample, this is our file that we are targeting. Okay, so here if you can see, all these options are disabled. Okay, this bold and all these cell formatting, all these options are disabled in the home section. Like I cannot do the pivot table and all, I cannot insert this pivot table or these charts, the slicer, the timeline and link, all these options are disabled. Okay, so this is how we can protect the sheet, not the workbook. We have protected our sheet only. Okay, now let's close this file and let us see how we can unprotect the sheet. Same way we have protected, we have an activity called unprotect sheet. This activity, let's take it and let's delete this activity, or let's say pass it over here and pass it over here. Let's delete this activity and run the code. Okay, the execution has been done. Now let's open the file and see if we are getting the edit option in the home tab or not. Okay, so as you can see now, all the options which was disabled by using the protect sheet activity, now these options are enabled as we have used the unprotect sheet activity. This is how we can perform the protection and unprotection of sheet in UiPath using the modern activity. Alright, now let's move to our second activity, which is Invoke VBA activity, and let us see how we can use the Invoke VBA activity in our modern design experience. So let's drag this activity in the work area, and in the target workbook we will pass in which workbook we want to perform the actions that are written in the VBA code. And in the code file path, we have to pass our file path where we have kept the code, this file. Okay, and we have to pass the method name. So this is our method name. Let's pass it over there in this one, in the double quotes. All right, and the output, if our code is returning anything and return type is defined for this code, then we can define the variable, otherwise we can leave it as blank. And here you can see there is one button, add VB argument. So this is the argument which will take the value from outside to the code. So you can read it, the value to be passed to the input argument of the VBA sub or function. So as we are not taking any value from outside, so let's delete this as well, and let's close this. So let me open the file once, and I'll show you my file name is the sheet one, and once I'll run the code, the sheet name will be changed. Okay, now let's debug the code and see the result. All right, the execution is done. Now let's open the file. Let's go here. You can see the sheet name has been changed. Previously the sheet name was sheet 1 and now it is my sheet. So this is how we can use the invoke VB activity. There are more complex activities which we cannot perform using the activities, but we can also write the VBS code or the VBA code for to perform that actions in the Excel. So this is how we can invoke VBA in the model design experience. So let's comment it out. All right, now let's move to our next activity, which is to convert an Excel into PDF. Let's take this activity here, and here we have to pass our workbook. So let's select the workbook, and in this save as file we have to pass the PDF file path or the PDF file name. If we want to save it to the project directory itself, we can just pass the let's say we want to save it in the data folder, and we'll name it as sample.pdf. All right, and there is one checkbox is available which is replace existing. So if any other file which is existing already with the same name, this file this activity will replace that file with this new file. And if we look at the properties here, you can see we have one start page and end page. So if we will give the start page as one and end page as one, so this the PDF file will be generated is of one page only. And if we will mark this end page as two, the PDF file which will be generated of two page. So let's generate it of two page. Now let's debug the code and we will see the result. Soon one PDF file will be generated at this data folder, in this data folder itself. So just wait for the execution. Let's open the output panel. Okay, panel is open, and yeah, let it execute it first. All right, so the execution has been done. Now let's go here. You can see one file has been created. Now let's open the PDF file and see the result, how this converted into the PDF. So you can see whatever the data was there in the Excel file is same, in the same way it is converted into this PDF file. You can see some of the data has been hidden, so it has whatever the data is being shown and the way is being shown in the Excel, the same way it will be converted into the PDF file. So to make this visible, we can use the autofit range activity to show the hidden data in the column or the rows. So this is how we can use the save Excel as a PDF activity. And now let's move to our next activity, which is to export the Excel data to the CSV file. Let's close this and come here, just comment it out. Okay, now let's take the export to CSV activity from the activities panel. Let's take this activity in the work area and what is required for this. So here we have to pass the file name or the file path. So let's make it as inside the data folder itself, sample.csv, and here we have to write the data table. What data table we want to write it? So we want to convert our sheet 1 into this file. So let's save it and just debug the code. Soon one file will be created over here with the CSV format. So code is getting compiled. Okay, the debug has been started. All right, the execution is completed. Okay, we have written the name as SAML. Okay, let's go here. You can see one file is created with the Microsoft Excel comma separated value format. Let's open this file. Okay, let's click OK. The file is open. Here you can see this is the CSV file, a CSV format value which we have just converted from Excel. So this is how we can convert any Excel file into the CSV format. Any Excel sheet or the data, we can write it in the CSV format using this modern design activities. Now let us see how we can convert our Excel into different Excel formatted, like XLSB in the binary format or XLSM in the macro enabled format or in the XLSM format, XLS format. So to do that, there is an activity which is called, I will go down, this save Excel file as. So let's take it over here. Here we have to pass the reference workbook, which is our Excel, and here we can select the different formats. So XLSB format, XLSM format, or the XLS format. All these formats we can select it from here, and here we can pass the file name. So let's suppose this will be our sample one.xl sm format. Okay, and let's select it xlsm. All right, now let's debug the code and see the result. So we are saving it at the root directory. Let's go here, and soon you will see one file will be created. Okay, the execution is just started. All right, the execution is done. Now let's go here, and you can see one file is created of type XLSL, macro enabled worksheet. So this is how we can convert our Excel into other formats. So same way we can select the format and we can convert our file into other formats. So here we have to write as XLSB only, and then that way this file will be saved at that location with that format. So this is for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. And if you have any query regarding this topic or any other topic, please write it in the comment box. I'll try my best to answer the questions. We will meet in our next video. Till then, bye bye.